Welcome back to the Ohio MMA podcast. I'm your host, David McKinney. Joining me on today's episode, undefeated amateur fighter, Keegan the Creature Mahafkey. What's up, Keegan?
How you doing, man?
Did I get that name right? I know that's a unique last name, man.
How'd you say it?
Mahafkey?
Actually, pretty good. Don't usually get it on the first try.
Awesome, man. Yeah, I hopefully we'll be hearing that name a lot more as you continue to move up the ranks.
I have
But
high confidence you will.
So you're returning to action on April 19th, Maidman Promotions, fighting for the bantamweight title, live MMA at Penguin City 8. How you feeling heading into this one, man?
I feel great. I cannot wait to step back in the cage. It's always so fun for me. I am super confident in my ability, and I think we're going to put on a great show. I know my opponent as well will put on a great show with me. I think it's going to be an amazing fight.
Awesome. Yeah, I am really looking forward to this one. This is actually your first main event. It looks like your fight's going to be the main event. There's two title fights on the card. Getting to fight the main event in Youngstown, not too far from your hometown. How's that feeling?
Feels great. I remember my training partner, Clinton Ewing. I was so excited to be on the same card as him, and he was saying that he's so excited to see me finally get my title shot, get on the main card, and just really exciting. I was really happy to hear about it.
Yeah, man, that's pretty cool. It's such a unique venue too. At Penguin City Brewery. This is your third time fighting there, and the first two times you were actually, I think, under 21. This time you're actually 21, so you can buy a beer after the fight. How you feeling about that?
Feel pretty good, actually. Finally, I'm allowed to step in the cage, but I wasn't allowed to have a drink. But oh well, I wasn't too heartbroken. It is what it is. They run a good establishment there. Nicole's a great matchmaker, great promoter. I love going through her. She makes everything super easy. Absolutely love it. So it's a really good venue too.
Yeah, yeah. I went to the very first show they did there, and it reminds me of like an old school like Fight Club, where the fans are right on the cage. It's tight quarters, but it's an awesome venue. And they've done a really good job there, and so good for Youngstown too. I know that the owners of the brewery are huge, in supporting and helping bring back Youngstown. So that's cool as well.
Oh yeah, and they host a bunch of stuff there too, and it's great. Especially, I think it brings in a lot of people, and that's the main reason. Also, I like fighting out of there. It brings in a lot of great people, and yeah, I really like the almost Fight Club scene. It's like that in the garage kind of deal. It's so fun.
Yeah, let's talk about your entry into MMA. It looks like you did a little bit of wrestling in high school. Did you have any other sports, and what eventually got you started in MMA?
I didn't really have many sports. The only thing I can say was football and basketball, but those were all my freshman year, and I didn't like team sports. Just didn't like them. So I started wrestling. When I first started wrestling, I didn't even try to start. I actually kind of just walked into the wrestling room and got told to join on the mat, and that's kind of how I started at ATG with Adam Newbold. Uh, but how I got into fighting was just me and my friends used to just beat each other up in the backyard. We would just find somebody who had gloves and we just beat each other up in the backyard. I always thought that was fun. I love hitting people. I love getting hit. So I was like, why not just do it legally and sanction instead of getting in trouble?
Yeah, it's interesting. I always see every once in a while like the backyard stuff popping up on whether it's Facebook or YouTube or anything like that. Did you guys do the full like make it look like an MMA fight, or was it just like we're just gonna go at each other?
Oh no, we were trying to take each other's heads off every time. It was just whoever. Yeah, it was nothing like nothing organized at all. We just said whoever wants to fight each other, go at it.
Yeah, that I guess that's a good base, man. You get used to getting hit. Sometimes that's the hardest part of MMA, especially from like wrestling. You come in there and you're like, God, man, getting hit really sucks, right? So
Oh, I loved it. Sounds weird to say, but that was like the one thing too. I always say is like I loved getting hit. Never minded getting hit. Absolutely loved it. So much adrenaline. Like I love seeing my own blood. Like just gets me excited, and just love hitting people back. Like just the greatest feeling for me.
Yeah, well, I guess you found your right sport then.
Yeah, and it's not a team sport. If I
Yeah.
mess up, it's my fault.
Let's talk about your career a little bit so far. So you're 3-0, made your debut in the end of 2023, and you actually have won your first three fights via three different methods. You won your first fight via TKO, second fight via submission triangle choke, and then your third fight you won via decision. That's a pretty well-rounded start to a career. Is that kind of what you wanted to do in your first couple of fights, to show a little bit of everything, or is that just kind of how it went?
Actually, that is kind of how I wanted it to go. I was really hoping to get that submission in my second fight, and I wasn't my third fight. I wasn't hoping for unanimous decision. I was hoping for a finish, but whatever happened happened. Wasn't too concerned about it. I still got the win, and it was still a very entertaining fight, which is also my number one thing. Is like I want my fights to be entertaining. So however I finish the fight or however the fight goes, I just want them to be entertaining. I like hearing people say that to me as well.
Yeah,
I've
I
had a
actually
lot
went
of people.
You actually went back and rewatched that one recently as I was preparing for the interview, and yeah, definitely a very entertaining fight between you and Andrew Gamblin, back and forth. He's a tough guy,
Yeah.
man. I've seen a couple of his fights. He's a really tough guy, and I think he actually is probably has spent a lot of his career at 145 as well. So maybe a little bit of a bigger guy as well, and you definitely took home the
I'm sorry, you cut
unanimous.
out.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, that was definitely a good back and forth fight, but between a really tough guy. And you, in your career, it seems like you continue to take steps up in competition. You've not been afraid to face guys with multiple fights. You fought Dom Savaka, who is 2-1. You fought a 1-0 guy in Andrew Gamblin, and now you're fighting a guy with a lot more experience than you, and Elijah Davis. How do you
Yes.
feel about kind of the difference in experience, where a guy that has 8 fights, he's already won the title, and coming in with you just with 3 fights under your belt?
Um, I'm not too concerned, honestly. Like I said, I have very high confidence in my ability and what I can do. Uh, Definitely something I considered in the beginning, but I'm not going to shy away from a fight. I actually told Nicole I wanted to fight him. I think he'd be very good experience, win or loss. It's a great experience just to see how well I'm actually matching up. So I was really excited to get this, and I wasn't too concerned with the experience. It was definitely in the back of my head, but not something that is going to shy me away from it. It actually made me want the fight even more.
Yeah, that makes sense. He's comes from a really good gym over in PA in the Mat Factory, and actually won the title with a crazy knockout. And then interestingly, is when and lost a couple of fights after winning the title. How do you feel about a guy who who's coming in, even though he is the champ, has coming off of a couple of losses? You got to think he's going to be super hungry to go out there and try to get back and defend that title.
No, I actually that was another big thing that I considered was he's not gonna want a third loss, which I completely understand that, but that's just I feel like it's gonna make it that much better of a fight. We're both very hungry individuals. We both nobody wants to lose, and I want a title. I want to go home with a belt. He wants to keep his belt and wants to stop his losing streak, but just very excited. I don't. It was just not. I just think it's going to make it a very entertaining fight either way. We're both going to be fighting like Fight Club. We're going to be fighting to the bone. We're little
Yeah,
guys. We fight to the bone.
yeah. Let's talk about your gym a little bit. So you train at I don't know what it's called, Ohio Brazilian Jiu Jitsu, Youngstown Jiu Jitsu.
Wait, I'm sorry. You
Uh,
cut out, and I kind
oh,
of caught the end of that.
sorry. Yeah, let's talk about your gym a little bit.
Oh,
Yeah. So I don't know if it's Ohio BJJ, Youngstown BJJ, what you guys go by.
we go by Ohio BJJ in self-defense. Um, I love this gym. I've been with this gym from the beginning, and they make some great martial arts practitioners, great athletes, phenomenal school. Tony is a really great dude. Absolutely love the guy. He's a great instructor, great sensei. um, Also, my two coaches who also train there, George and Murray, like we have a really great school, and we produce really good fighters. really good fighters, really good BJJ practitioners, self-defense in general, like all of it. Really
Yeah.
good school.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's interesting that it's a jiu-jitsu school, but you guys seem to continue to build your MMA side. I know your teammate Clint Ewing. You've had a couple other fighters under the Ohio BJJ. When
Oh,
Clint I
cut
think
out
first.
again.
Oh yeah, so yeah, you guys seem like you're building up your MMA side of your gym as well, even though it's more of a jiu-jitsu school kind of from the start. It looks like every show there's one or two more guys fighting out of your gym.
Oh yeah, because we had Reese, Aaron, and Lucas. Lucas won his fight. Reese unfortunately did not. Aaron did not, unfortunately. But all great guys who are gonna, I believe, are gonna get really good experience and learn a lot and go up. I had the fortune of like waiting a little while. I didn't want to step in until I felt like I was ready, but they Reese and Aaron were actually two of the kids who I grew up with them. We used to beat the hell out of each other in the backyard. Reese was the scrapper. He used to he used to beat the hell out of me. Yeah, but
That's cool.
Lucas won his
Yeah.
fight, and that was a good one as well.
Yeah, that's cool to come from the backyard into a more traditional, more structured kind of a gym as well. That's got to be cool coming up with the same group of guys.
Oh, yeah, it's awesome, and I love it so much too because I've had people from the past who were involved in that saying like, "Wow, dude, I can't believe how far you've come from just being in the backyard to actually being in the cage." And it's actually a really good feeling. It makes me feel really good. But
Yeah.
yeah.
How'd you get the nickname the Creature?
So funny enough, George, my trainer, just I'm an odd fellow. I do some odd things, and he just always said, "You walk around, you go about your day like a creature. Like you look like you should be crawling around on the ground." And so that's what I started doing. Was I'd mess with him. I'd just like crawl, do some weird stuff, and he literally I think got the name from Gollum from Lord of the Rings, and because that's what he would think of me, and I thought it was the
Yeah.
funniest thing, so I stuck with it.
That's a great nickname, man, especially when someone gives it to you and it's organic like that and it seems to fit. I mean, not no offense, but it I guess it does seem like it fits.
Oh no, it does. I love it. I think it's funny.
Yeah, no, that's cool. Yeah, that's definitely, like I said, a unique nickname too. That I always like hearing the background of and stories of how people get their nicknames. Um, so also outside of the cage, I saw congratulations. Look like you actually have your first baby due. It looks like in a few weeks. How's that going?
You cut out. Are you talking about
The
me having a
baby,
child?
yes,
You cut
yes,
out.
yeah, the baby. How's that? It looks like it's just a couple weeks away. How are you? I got to be excited
Actually,
about
it
that.
is literally a month and 4 days after my fight, so I'm very excited about that as well. My girl is like my number one supporter. Absolutely love her. I say I'm very excited for the child. Everything's going well with that. She's all right. I mean, she got the normal pregnancy stuff, but also baby's all right. Seems to be healthy. Very excited. I actually, obviously, I'm young to be having a kid, but I'm very ready for it. I didn't know how I would feel, but I am very happy and very ready for it. I can't wait to have my daughter.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Congrats.
Thank you, man.
Yeah. So you're 3-0, get about to fight for your first amateur title. What do you feel like is the end game for you in the sport? I know everyone says obviously UFC, you're probably every fighter, but outside of that, do you have any kind of a little bit more short term goals? Like you say, maybe you want to go pro in a year, or where do you feel like you want
Oh,
to
you
be? Yeah.
cut out again. Sorry. Say that again. Short-term
What are
goals
your
like what?
what are your short term goals? Obviously, I know probably getting to the UFC is a big one, but where do you feel like you're going to be in a year or a couple of years?
In a year, a couple years, I think I'd really like to stick with my undefeated reign going on to be pro, get my pro debut. I mean, short-term goals outside of fighting, I'm actually looking to get my own place just because obviously I'm young. This kind of happened very um, out of the blue. I mean, obviously we've had 8 months, but still out of the blue. I'm looking to get our own place here soon, looking to provide and do all that fun stuff. And I just actually got a new job because I knew my other one wasn't going to cut it. I'm now working doing forging, like blacksmithing type stuff. So they give me good pay, good benefits, and that's my short-term goals outside of fighting, just to provide and be a good father and future husband, hopefully.
Awesome, man. Yeah, I know. It sounds like you got a good head on your shoulders. Looks like you're heading in the right direction.
Until let's keep it because George almost knocks it off every other day.
All right, man. So anything else you want to mention? Any sponsors? Any fun stuff like that?
I don't really have any sponsors right now. That's another actually short-term goal, looking to get sponsored by I shouldn't say anybody, just good ones. I don't want my name associated with anything that I don't approve of, obviously, but only thing I just want to say is like thank you for having me on, and I'm so excited for this fight. And thank you to my opponent for taking this fight. I know it's probably not, I don't know, just going with somebody who's 3-0 is probably a lower, I don't know, but just really excited for this fight. And I just want to thank like my trainers, my gym, Tony, George, Murray, all of them. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Awesome, man. Thank you so much for coming on.
Well, thank you for having me, man. I really
All right.
appreciate it.
Yeah, April 19th at Live MMA at Penguin City 8. It goes down at Penguin City Brewery in the main event. Keegan Mahafkey taking on Elijah Davis for the bantamweight title. And if you can't make it to Penguin City Brewery, first of all, it's an awesome venue, always awesome show, ton of fights. I think there's 16 fights on this card, so you're gonna be waiting a little bit. But if you can't make it to the show, it will be streaming live on combatsportsnow.com. So check it out there if you can't make it out to the show. And yeah, man, thanks so much for being on. Best of luck in the fight.
Thank you, man. Have a good
All
one, brother.
right.
Be safe.
Thank you. We'll be back next week with another episode.